Hey folks, Brandon here with Memphis Record Pressing. Welcome back to MRP University. Today we are going to take you on a tour of our pressing plant. So come on, let's take a walk, show you around. So here we are on the Memphis Record Pressing production floor. This is actually our original, smaller production floor. As you can see behind us, we've got our state-of-the-art vinyl pressing machines. We got many of those in operations today. We're going to take a walk and through the original pressing floor over to our expanded facility that we built at the end of 2022. So here we are in a newly expanded facility, like I said before, that we expanded between 21 and 22. We opened up in 2023. So this is our maintenance area. So this was where all parts go to be reborn or put out to pasture. So we've got a very highly skilled team of mechanics and metal fabricators and wood fabricators that do a little bit of everything to keep the wheels turning here at Memphis Record Pressing. Off to the side here, we'll take a quick sneak peek into our stamper library. So if you haven't seen our How It's Made video, you should take a look. That kind of shows you the different processes about how a vinyl record is made, but here's our stamper library. So this is where the masters are stored that we use to actually stamp out the PVC records. So we're going to continue walking through our center label storage. And so again, these are our on-deck storage archives and facilities for what's coming up to press in the next couple of months. We've got a much larger storage area elsewhere on campus. And so these are the center labels that are going to go into the center of that record for identification. We've got these stored and ready for the baking process. In case you didn't know, that center label is actually a piece of paper. It is not a sticker. And so that paper, any paper and ink has an inherent amount of moisture that has to be dried out of that paper before it goes to production, because if not, you're going to put that under several thousand PSI of pressure and that moisture will come out. It'll cause it to bubble in that paper or even cause the paper to delaminate. So if you ever buy a record and it's got bubbles around the edge of that center label, that means that that moisture was not properly baked out of that paper. And so we're preparing those for production. We've got audio QC in here where I think they might be listening to some top secret albums of the day, but that's where we're actually taking those records and we're listening one record per machine per hour to make sure that everything as it should be. On the wall here, we've got one of our many color legends. So we've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of blended color options here at Memphis Record Pressing. And this is our legend that is approved and coded and for approval for our guys and girls on the production floor. When they load a color record into the machine, they're gonna come into one of our legend walls and they're gonna make sure, hey, SHM14 is as it should be, and then they can set that free into production. So here we're gonna take a walk into our newly expanded production floor. As you can see here, we've got many, many presses pressing up vinyl records to send them out all over the world, to you, to our customers, to all of the fans around the world that just can't wait to get their hands on that next vinyl album. So we're going to take a walk and just glance at some of the machines as they're operating today. So we're actually going to head back now and check out our manual production. So the manual machines actually take automation out of the picture and allow us to manually manipulate that pre-existing or that pre-melted PVC puck. If you haven't seen that episode, you can check it out on MRP University. And so this is our manual press where we're actually able to go in and kind of construct our own color variation. So as you can see here, we're actually taking multiple preformed biscuits and we're sprinkling those like a donut so that we can make something really cool. So we're gonna load that into the machine. and then we're gonna clear the machine, and then you're gonna see that actually press together and melt together and make something super special and super fancy. So this is a really cool effect that we call A-side, B-side with splatter. So we took a translucent blue and an orange buck, we layered those together, we splattered it with blue sprinkles. How cool is that? So again, the only limit to this type of manufacturing is your imagination. So after we've inspected the records and deemed them worthy for shipment, we're actually going to load them into trays onto these tall blue carts, where we're going to load them onto a truck and we're going to deliver them over to our packaging and logistics facility, where we will put them into the sleeves, put them into the printed jackets, put them into a box, and ship them out all over the world. But we'll show you more on that in the next lesson of MRP University, where we take you inside our packaging facility. So thanks again for joining us here on MRP University, and we'll see you next time.